Mums ir Latvijā tāds Renārs Zeltiņš. Ir zināms tāds čalis, kas visu kaut ko dara, ir atraktīvs. Un pirms daudziem gadiem mēs iepazināmies ar Itālijas Renāru Zeltiņu. Tas ir Lorenzo. Viņš ir no Milānas. Viņš ir izveidojis tādu kustību Da Move, kurā liela nozīme ir bumbai. Un šodien būs arī stāsts par bumbu. Bumba tiek dažādi virpināta dažādos trikos, un Lorenzo ar savu personību, ar savu stāstu un ar savu kustību aizrauja ne tikai cilvēks Itālijā, bet šeit arī Latvijā un visā pasaulē. So, please welcome our dear guest and friend, Lorenzo Pinciroli.
Paldies. Paldies. No, I don't need anything. Thank you. So, I have some notes. I have some stuff. First of all, I want to thank always the Ghetto Games, amazing family, for inviting me again in this beautiful city, beautiful festival, beautiful energy. So maybe you guys don't know about my story, so I'm here to share. Obviously, we're talking about positive addiction, negative addiction, and a lot of stuff. But you might wonder why I'm wearing the Mamba t-shirt first. So, it's about connecting passion. You know what I mean? Like Mamba, everybody knows the passion. Kobe Bryant, everybody knows the passion of this designer, designing everything about Ghetto. You know, Laxche, I think the pronunciation is pretty okay for my Italian. We have met a lot. We're sharing. It's about passion when it comes to basketball. It's about passion when it comes to everything. So that's why we're connected to passion. And passion is the key point of my story, of Kobe Bryant's story, of Lax's story, of Ghetto Game story, and the other people talking before and after me. I think they're sharing passion. So passion is the key words of my speech, because I started, you know, growing up as many guys also here at Ghetto. I saw Ghetto basket guys trying to, you know, play with this ball, having fun, doing tricks at the park, playing tournaments, you know, getting confident and trying anyhow to become a professional basketball player. I think, you know, I was growing up with Michael Jordan era, then Kobe Bryant was taking over, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and so on and on. But the thing is, a lot of guys are inspired by these people. But following your passion means a lot, because you don't know where your passion is taking you, is leading you, okay? So obviously setting the goal very high is nice. Everybody wants to become the best basketball player, the best rapper, the best boxer, whatever. This is okay. But you don't need to get frustrated when things are going vice versa. You know what I mean? Like 500 people over 9 billions are NBA players, okay? You got to be aware of this, but this doesn't mean you're a failure or you're losing something, okay? That's the big dream. But, you know, playing with basketball can take you to a lot of stuff. For example, while playing in the playground, I got used to tricks. I was meeting people. I was living connected to breakdancer, hip-hop people. So I was enjoying the first freestyle communities. So I said, okay, maybe I should do some tricks with the ball. I was watching the Harlem Globetrotters, the NBA mixtapes, street ball mixtapes. So I was like, wow, this is nice. This is really relate to my personality. So while I was training hard to become a professional basketball player and avoiding a lot of stuff, I was also doing tricks with the ball. So I'm starting, you know, learning tricks like this or whatever it is, like trying to enjoy the fact, spending time with the ball. And I'm still enjoying a lot, you know. I'm still performing after so many years. So the thing is, I will never expect my life to get that crazy because of basketball. You know, since I was super focused in basketball when I was, you know, a teenager, I came from a normal family, north and west Italy. rural roots, like many of the area, and none of them was sport related. Okay, in my family there is no sport connection, but since we were rural, we have a real work ethic connection. You know what I mean? Like my family, especially my grandparents, were teaching me to work hard, whatever it takes. I remember my grandmother. I was working in a greenhouse in summertime just to get some money to go to basketball tournament, and I was doing the morning round, you know, from 6 to 2 p.m. or something, and then I have time to play basketball. So once I was coming back home, you know, I was a little, you know, tired. Italy, 40 degrees in the greenhouse, and my grandmother was laughing at me and say, "Oh, it seems like the ground is always there low." And I remember they were waking up at the sunset and they were leaving the fields in the sun, the sunrise to sunset. So I was not tired anymore, you know what I mean? Like, because it was like half of his regular day, all life long. And I was just there for a few hours, like a summer job. So why I'm telling you this? Because the work ethic is strictly connected to the passion. Over this year, I found out that it takes a lot of effort, energy, time to get to everything. You know, you got to learn one trick, you got to practice. You got to build something like my company with a move. It took a lot to explain the basketball club that we were not like clowning. We were actually doing freestyle and expressing ourselves, involving people, promoting the sport. It takes a while to get to EuroLeague event, to NBA event. It took a while when I was dunking and freestyling to learn, to stay fit, to be able to perform, to travel, long travel all over. Also traveling, you know, it's super funny, super nice, but maybe you take long buses ride, long train ride, and then you need to perform. This is a big effort that you're putting if you have a passion that is leading you, and this is going to lead to something bigger and bigger and bigger. I got no idea where this passion is taking me in 10, 20 years, I don't know. I got super blessed so far. Why I'm telling you this? Because since we're focused on the new generation, especially back home, sometimes you see people on 20 seconds, on 1 minute and a half, showing a lot of stuff on Reels, on TikTok. And I'm doing the same as well, as everybody is sharing. But the thing is, there is a lot of effort behind. Nothing is happening in 30 seconds, 1 minute. Look at the history of Ghetto games. To get here to this point, everything started with a ball, with a basketball with Raymonds, then Ghetto basket, Ghetto floorball, football, fight, dance. Every year now we're adding, 5 sports this festival. It took like, 15 years, to get to this point. And a lot of people involved. So what I'm saying is, find your passion, and then it's the passion leading you in some ways, maybe unexpected ways, but if you're following with a work ethic, something good is going to happen. And another key point of what I want to share is, if you have a passion, you might be able to stay super focused on this, and this is kind of avoiding other kind of addiction. Let me explain you a little bit better my concept. Everyone is addicted to something. It's like kind of a natural thing for human being. I don't know why. I've been in over 40 countries, 3 continents. I'm super blessed. I'm meeting people. But in the end, addiction is everywhere. But you have bad addiction, you have good addiction. So when I'm talking to you about good addiction, is for me, basketball and sports in general is a very good addiction. But it can become even a bad addiction if I will be just frustrated, sitting down all day like, oh no, I was not getting to the NBA level. I was not becoming a pro. I was. You found a lot of people just talking about, yeah, then I twist my ankle. If not, This is bullshit, to be honest. You know, you don't need to get there. You have plenty of opportunity to do great stuff. Look at this. You got to find your niche. You got to find your community. You got to find your company. You got to find a purpose, a vision that is leading you. Here is a crazy good example of this. We have a lot of niche, you know, for example, I don't know, Ghetto 5 or disc golf, pickleball is growing, but it's like a niche right now, or street soccer. All these niche are impacting on people here and globally just because someone is putting a lot of effort in the very beginning, sharing, talking to other people, finding connection with other countries. Why am I here? Because Raymond took his car, drive down to Italy. We heard about each other, but it was pre of this super social network era. So he drove down and we met in person. And then we start building relation. And through this relation, we took over, for example, EuroLeague, Street Soccer EuroLeague was in Italy with another connection of mine. We have done several stuff here in Latvia, around the world. So the thing is, you got to, someone needs to do this. And needs to do this because if there is no one do this in the niche, in the community, nothing is really happening also for the other people. Some people are born to lead, some people are born to follow. But if you don't have someone pushing over the limits, nothing is really happening. So you can be the best and be a great basketball guy, for example, organizing this Nation League, hosting the Nation League, being the MC, being the DJ, being the referee, being the coach, being, I don't know, a kids club developer, building your own facility. I've done, we're building a facility, we have built our facility, Cor Milan. It was the first basketball facility in Milan. It's a big goal for us. Now, I remember during the pandemic, we building during the pandemic, we had big financial issue because we put everything we got over 20 years of struggle in this project. We were almost losing everything. But one night, in between of the pandemic, I was sit down and I was just looking at the court with people playing, like, I don't know, 15 people just having fun on the court. And I was thinking and saying myself, this is a memory nobody will ever take me away. This is something special. I've done this, you know, and this is so important with yourself. Even if you go for a run like this morning, we went for a run. It's something unbelievable. It's like a memory. Nobody will take you out from this memory. So don't, how to say, like, don't forget these small things that you'll be doing drive by passion, because this can be very impactful on your life. And now let me talk a little bit more about, let me check the timing. I have the timing here. Huh? And I'm sweating. It's super hot here. So the thing is, addiction, as I was telling you, can be good and bad. But by my experience, as I mentioned, I've performed in over 40 countries, different role. I started as a dunker, then I became a dunker freestyler, then I became MC. Now I'm doing a lot of stuff. We're building also here. We're building content, social media to share, you know, advisoring. And what I can tell you is most of the people that got bad addiction is because they were not able, for several reasons, to find their good addiction. It might be the background, it might be the situation not helpful, the family, but in the end of the day, it's you guys that you need to choose and try and struggle to find a good addiction. As soon as you are in the good addiction, you're avoiding the bad addiction because you don't need them. You know, obviously in the first, when I was a teenager, you have good choice, you have bad choice, like everywhere. I have friends I was really relate to, they start, you know, small drug dealing, they will start doing crazy shit in the street. But I was more focused in sport, and I don't see this as an opportunity. I was like, what's this? Why are we going to do this for no reason? While when I was on a court, I was finding a reason why. So I was choosing, luckily, the right way. And then basketball was driving me through avoiding alcohol, avoiding smoking, avoiding even sometimes crazy partying. But it's something that was not like a big deal for me because I was focused on my goal. And I was living my passion. So I don't need to go to these things because I don't feel the necessity. Like, I think necessity? Is that like a word? I don't know, because sometimes, you know, the spaghetti English is coming out. And so I don't know. And so I'm really giving you this advice, everybody back home. Please find your good addiction and just follow through because it's so absolutely important. And as mentioned, I have seen a lot of people that are basically frustrating in their life, and that's why they get to alcohol, they get to drugs, they spending life, I don't know, drinking. It's because they were not finding a purpose that can be family-wise, community-wise, passion-wise, but all of this is still passion connected. Because if you are in love with someone, then it's passion. If you are in love with your next generation, I have a baby daughter, Edgar got 2 babies, this love is passion, you know what I mean? So sport is a passion, but it can also be something else. But I really found out in this over 25 years traveling that sport especially is a very, very nice ethics school for your life. I have plenty of friends coming from basketball. Now they're top manager in a lot of things, or they're leading their own job companies because they were open-minded by basketball, and they were taking from basketball the teamwork, the discipline, the being on time, the time management. In basketball, you never notice, but you have a lot of time going on. In 3x3 is even more crazy. You have 12 seconds to shoot or to score. You have the 10 minutes running. You have the 3 seconds post moves. You have a lot of timing and numbers. These are super helpful in the future life of the basketball people. How much do I have? Almost over 2 minutes? Yeah, so you see, timing is always there. So basically, these are my advice. Now I really don't know where my crazy life is taking me next, but so far, if I'm looking back, I think I was super blessed, and it was mostly because my basketball addiction became a wide open addiction in spending time with people, in giving, getting, sharing energy, okay? And adrenaline, it's a kind of addiction. Everybody knows. Then you need to handle. If you go for crazy stuff, then it's too much. But so I will say, for me, adrenaline, people, traveling, meeting people, sharing time with people, talking to people, understanding culture. These are the addiction that were leading me through this journey. And everything came out from sport, but then was evolving, and it's still evolving, okay? So now maybe sometimes you have even bigger vision. You start thinking, oh, I'm involved in a lot of sports, also regular sports as MC, top class events in Italy, from wars to hopefully the Olympics, the Winter Olympic up next. And you finding similarities through one place to another, one sport to another, and you feeling you want to change something. You want to change even details. Maybe some sport got no music, but you're watching sport with music and you're like, oh, this is way better. Then obviously some sport are not so music friendly in themselves, but you can suggest, you can share, you can impact. So I'm wishing for myself that I can impact even more in the future, and to be here with Ghetto people is so inspiring because I feel the energy, the impactful, also myself being here talking to you guys. But hopefully I will impact more. I will try my best to impact through my passion. And I'm wishing all of you to go on and impact with your passion, whatever it is, hopefully sport, but whatever it is, please go there, impact, and get your good addiction. Easy it. That's it.